deadline hits, revenue will still be coming in. Still, economists believe that this would be even worse than the partial government shutdown, which is now in the 14th day. So, what does a debt ceiling mean exactly? Well, it starts with the fact that the government spends more than it brings in and borrows money to cover the shortfall. Then Congress sets a limit on this borrowing called the debt ceiling and periodically raises that limit. And right now that limit, just under $16.7 trillion. So let's explain this in an analogy that applies to your everyday life. Let's say that you and your spouse are having dinner at your favorite restaurant.
Exactly. Picture this. When the bill comes, neither of you has any cash. Nope, no dollar bills.
Oh, and by the way, your checking account is at zero, so you toss that out.
All right, but what about your credit card, right? Nope, sorry, maxed out. The credit card company will extend your limit if you call and ask, but...
Yeah, but your spouse says no. No way, we have too much debt already. So now,
not an option.
What's happening? You're eating dinner and you're refusing to pay. So will you get arrested, or will your favorite restaurant ever let you back in?
So it's sort of like the debt ceiling dilemma. We already have racked up the bills. We now have to pay them. If we don't, a nasty domino effect is likely to follow. Some examples here. The stock market could take a huge dive, which would mean a serious hit to investments like your 401k. Interest rates on home loans, they could spike, and it could get harder to borrow. Interest rates for credit cards, student loans, that could spike as well. What about Social Security payments? Those could be affected. Just a few items in that domino effect.
That's right, and those concerns have a lot of you writing in with questions. So here on Evening Express, we like to say there is no such thing as a stupid question. Here to help explain is HLN Contributor and Professor of Political Science at Hiram College, Jason Johnson. And Jason, some of our creditors include nations like China, right? Oh, we're having a little bit of a sound problem with Jason.
Jason, can you hear us?
But we'll come back to him. But I know you guys. Oh, there you go, Jason.
Jason, we have a question actually for you. Amanda on Facebook, she wrote in and she's asking us, why are we borrowing money from other countries?
Well, here's what's happening. It's not so much that we're borrowing money from other countries as much as those countries have bought U.S. bonds, and we have to pay the interest on those bonds. So I know there's this scary image out there that the United States goes begging to China or goes begging to Japan to get the funding, but that's not really what's going on. It's us paying interest on things that people have already purchased from us.
All right. Here's another question for you, Jason. Gary asks on Facebook, what about the millions, billions of dollars that we give to other countries? If we're so much in debt, how can we give out all this money? What do you say, Jason?
Well, here's the best part about that. We really don't give a lot of money to foreign countries. The amount of money that the U.S. spends per foreign aid is maybe like $92 a person. The average American spends more than that on soft drinks every year. So it's really actually less than 1% of the GDP goes to foreign aid. So if we eliminated all foreign aid to every foreign country, it still wouldn't pay off the interest that we owe to Social Security, to the Federal Reserve, because the vast majority of the money that we owe that we could default on is to actually American citizens.
All right, Jason, we've got another question. A lot of people in this boat. I'm a disabled vet. Depending on my disability payment from the VA, how do I explain that I can't pay my mortgage, my car insurance, credit cards, and utilities? Creditors aren't hearing that I can't fulfill my obligations.
Well, this is again one of those moments where you can really engage your local member of Congress. I advise everyone, get online right now, find your congressional representative, and call him or her and explain what your situation is. I know that seems strange, but these phone calls are actually going through right now. There have been several members of Congress who have put a lot of pressure on local businesses, on homeowners, and different associations within their states to give people extra time. If people are not getting their VA payments, or if they're federal employees, there are means that you can go through, and going to your member of Congress is actually the best way to go.
All right, great advice there. Yep. Get out and do something if you're missing something in all this financial stuff that's going on in Washington. Our go-to guy for any question that we have. Jason, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
All right, now check out this scene, folks. Carts full of food left